Entering this offseason, which starts in about a week, what would you say the Niners' biggest need is? They have a few holes in their starting lineup, a few.
I would say center. I know everyone, like a lot of
Mm,
people like to say right tackle. A lot of people like to say
mm.
free safety because those are the two obvious needs or defensive line. Um, but when you have a guy like Nick Bosa across the offense, a defensive line, I don't think that's too major of a need because he's already there. You have a blue chip player there. Um,
Plus, you drafted Drake Jackson last year. You have Eric Armstead. You could probably sign a fourth pass rush. There's always guys who've been given up on, like 32, 33 years old. You can bring in the Justin
that are solid.
Houstons, Elvis Dumervilles of the world. Yeah, this guy, you can bring in Leonard Floyd. Anyway, center.
Center. I mean, if you look at it, so Kyle's offense runs the best when he has a legit center. Now,
Yeah,
Jake Brendel played well, but the offensive line struggled in the run game. That was the
it
first time
did.
I've seen Kyle's offense struggle in the run game, and it all starts up front with Jake Brendel. He wasn't able
Yeah,
to get to his reach blocks. He wasn't able to get to the second level like I thought he was going to be able to. Now, he was
yeah.
voted an alternate Pro Bowler, which was very weird because the 49ers fan base loves their players and voted him in. I love it. I love that the fan base did that. It's just phenomenal to see. But he isn't the guy. I would go out and I would either signing a guy like from the Minnesota Vikings, Garrett Bradbury, Ethan Posick from Cleveland
Mm.
played really well, or you're gonna trade up and draft a center. I mean, I don't think the 49ers could go another couple of years playing the uh, center carousel. They went from Rich Berg, they went to Alex Mack, and then to Jake Brendel. You're gonna have a poor offensive line when the center is, and, the center is the anchor of the offensive line at the end of the day. And the fact that people were saying, no, you need a right tackle. You could get a right tackle that is very similar to what Michael McGlinchey was in the draft class in the third round, at the back end of the third round. So I'm not too worried about right tackle. You could also sign a guy like Wiley from Kansas City, which would be a lot cheaper than going out and signing a guy like Caleb McCary. To me, center must be answered for the next 5 to 6 years. The reason is if you're going to have a young quarterback like Brock Purdy or Trey Lance be the future of your franchise, you need the center position to be someone that's going to be there for a long time, and they need to get that answered right away.
Uh, Garrett Bradbury is interesting. That kind of like resonates with me. It seems like something the Niners would do. I'm looking at his uh, combine numbers. He's the kind of athlete they'd look for. He's played in a similar system. Where was he? In Minnesota?
Minnesota.
I know he missed like 5 games last year. Maybe now is not the time to sign him, but it does seem like someone they'd be interested in. Do you think they would sign him? How expensive is he going to be?
I mean, I don't think he's going to be crazy expensive. I think you could get him for. So I know, like, if I was to go look on the spot rack, they'll probably have him around 11 million
Okay,
average per year, which is actually fairly a good deal for a starting caliber center. Now,
good guess.
playing
Good guess. You're good. 11.9.
10, I'm going to guess
11.9.
10. I guess 11 because he's a little bit better
11.9.
than
11.9.
perfect.
That's pretty
So
good. Yeah.
so for me, I would rather sign a guy like a starting caliber center and then sign a Wiley from Kansas City at right tackle. Nothing too crazy, not the major need. Um, but that center position needs to be answered, man. I'm tired of Kyle going from, hey, you know what? He tried with Weston Richburg, and then he was like, hey, Alex, can you do 2 years? Come on, man, two
Yeah.
years. And then
And he was like,
Alex
yeah,
got to be
absolutely.
again.
Yeah, I gave
Yeah,
him
of
one.
course. I mean,
Was it
one
two or was it two? You gave him one.
might have been one.
It was one. Yeah.
Might have been one,
Anyway,
but
it was
but
less
he
than
tried to get
expected.
two.
Yeah. Yep.
So the thing is, like, once you get that guy, that center, to match with your quarterback of the future, the whole offensive line, the great quarterbacks have always had their center. So to me, once you get that guy, I think the offensive line will kind of be a lot better because he's calling out protections, takes the pressure off of the quarterback. I don't know. I just think the center position is the biggest need.
Yeah, and if you remember, they signed Richburg. I think he was 27. I think they gave him a 5-year deal, and
Hmm.
this year would have been the final year of that deal. So the Niners under Kyle have made large, long-term investments in free agent centers in the past. This would kind of be up that alley. I think Bradbury's a better player than Richburg was. I think he's a better athlete than Richburg
I think
was.
he is.
I think he is. I think that would be an upgrade. And Andrew Wiley, the thing about him is he would be an upgrade over McGlinchey, and he'd be cheaper than
A
McGlinchey.
lot cheaper.
look, I know a lot of people, Niner fans. McGlinchey isn't terrible, but man, that contract is going to be terrible. Whoever gives it to him, wow.
It's gonna be the Bears. They're gonna I feel like the Bears are gonna overpay him just because they need it. They need to help Justin Fields. Like to me,
That's
they're
not
just like,
going to
hey,
help Justin Fields.
it's not. But this is what they need to do. Their fan base has been giving them a lot of pressure in the sense of, hey, you need to upgrade that offensive line. So now they feel
Right.
obligated because the fact that I think they traded away like pick 32 for Chase Claypool, I believe. So,
Why would you
so the
do
fact that
that?
they don't have their entire spew of picks because they traded pick 32 to, 30, well, it would be 32 because someone got pick taken away in the first round. So they would have pick 1 and pick 32 or 33 or whatever. But they traded that away for Claypool. So they have pick 53. So they could take a right tackle there. But if they go out and sign someone like Mike McGlinchey, then at pick 53, they could go and upgrade somewhere else because I really believe they're going to do that. They're going to do that stupid signing.
Let me ask you a question. What's the worst franchise? The Bears or the Arizona Cardinals?
Washington Commanders, but
They're bad too. But are those the three worst ones? I mean, Arizona charges their players to eat if they eat. Like they charge them for like certain
that's
things,
wild.
right?
Yeah, that's
Wild.
wild. Hey, you know what that is? That's Moneyball Oakland A's kind of stuff.
Yeah, it
Like,
is.
hey, we don't have money, so you want a drink? Hey, that's gonna be $5. You want a smoothie? That's 10. Hey, you want
How
to eat?
can
Do you want to eat lunch today? You sure? You don't want to call your wife to pack you lunch today?
honestly, man? How do you sign free agents when that's your reputation? I don't understand.
And,
I
and
don't
that's
understand.
I don't. You overpay. You how do
Yeah,
you sign them? Hey, if the
you
other team's
overpay.
offering you 14, I'll give you 17 million.
Yeah, it's like, man, if I'm gonna have to pay for my own lunch, you're gonna have to give me an extra $1 million, man. I'm not paying for my own
Absolutely.
lunch. Yeah, that's hilarious. Not a BP guy or a Trey Lance guy. We got you already. Hold on. I'm gunning for the head coach this year. Last chance. Last chance for Kyle. Fish and Chip says massive sinkhole on the right side of the O line. Yeah, I'm also questioning Burford too. I mean, he held his own as a rookie, but what's the upside there? I will see.
Pro Bowl player.
You
I
really
said
think
it from
so?
the first day I seen him. I went to camp. The
What do
first
you
thing
like
I
about
said,
Burford?
what do I love about him?
Yeah,
I
tell me.
love his strength. I love how
Okay.
his timing with his hands is very
He's got
perfect.
length. He's got
He got
length.
length. You
He's
don't
got he's
necessarily need length to be
yeah.
a good offensive lineman. It's a
Yeah.
matter of knowing when the proper time is to actually strike. So he's very
Yeah.
patient. Now, when he's new to the guard position, he was a tackle. So the fact
Hmm.
I see is athleticism is good. His
Yeah.
strength is good.
Okay.
His footwork is much better than I thought it was going to be at guard. Size. He's an overpowering guy. Now with another year in a strength room with the 49er staff, I think he's going to be a very, very good player, and his upside is a Pro Bowl player.
Cool. It seems like at their guard positions, the Niners aren't super concerned about speed. I mean, neither
No.
Aaron Banks or Spencer Burford are the fastest guys. But it seems like the Niners are sort of because it used to be all about outside zone and getting out, but now
Yeah.
it's like you're kind of gearing up for maybe a Trey Lance offense with the zone read and Christian McCaffrey, and maybe they just want to be able to push people back in the interior.
Well, it's because like a lot of these teams are trying to go reverse. Like they notice a lot of teams are going to this outside zone. So what they're doing instead of getting these athletic, fast defensive tackles, they're getting these big bodies that you know what
Yeah.
you can't reach me because I'm going to cross your face, and I'm so much bigger and stronger than you that you can't do that. So what they're
Right.
doing is you
I'm
have
just
to
going to
get these.
push you back in the backfield. Yeah,
Yeah, so
absolutely.
like, okay, yeah, you run that outside zone. I'm gonna cross face and I'm just gonna bull rush you into the
Yeah.
backfield. So I've noticed
Right.
like a lot of like if we're looking at these defensive tackles coming out that are going higher in the draft, they're becoming a lot bigger and more athletic. So you look at these guys running, man. These dudes are 300 pounds running freaking 5 flat 40s, man. Like it's ridiculous. So
Yeah.
they're athletic, but they're 320 running like this. So you have to get bigger, less athletic
Yeah.
guards.
Yeah. And which is kind of the reason why the outside zone, maybe, I don't know how effective it's going to be in the future going forward as football evolves. It's interesting to think, yeah, like asking your right guard to do a reach block on Chris Jones. Hey, go get him. Like, are you kidding? That's
That ain't
impossible.
happening.
I can't. It's not going to happen. Not gonna happen. So what are we
No,
gonna do?
that's why.
What if that's
And
play side too? How do you run outside zone to Chris Jones to the 3 techs? It's like it's impossible.
can't. And then that's why Kyle started going a lot of inside zone.
Right. Right. And if
Make
you're
it
going to
easy.
do inside zone, then you might as well have the quarterback involved with a little zone read. And then you have a quarterback like that, but he's hurt.